Yes, friends, very good morning to everybody. Welcome back. So, in our today's video, we will devote time about understanding a very interesting and very important therapy, that is cancer and its treatment and about cancer. What is cancer? We will discuss, and what are the characteristics of cancer and what happens in cancer. Cancer, we are using a word in our day-to-day life also. Is cancer in society? These people are cancer in our country. Why we say? And what happens in cancer? So we start. The word cancer is represented by crab. And crab is called as cancrum in foreign language, Latin or Greek, cancrum. So the word cancer has come from cancrum, which is a crab. So why it is called like cancer? In our body, we come from single cell. The sperm and the egg unite and makes the one single cell, zygote or fertilized egg. One egg becomes 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, like that. And today what you see me, 5 foot 2 inch. I came from single cell. Every human being, every living organism, including elephant, from single ovum and sperm, when they unite, we come. So growth is inbuilt in our body. And growth is continuous. All of you are growing still. You may not see the linear growth or like that. But for example, your RBC, they are growing. The half-life, the life of RBC is around average 100 days. So every 100 days, RBCs are generated. Whole RBC in your body are changed. Hair, they grow. Nail, they grow. So growth is continuous in your body. And when the embryosis takes place from one egg, when the child in embryo is made, childbirth, and then all organs they develop, and then up to till one dies, there is a growth. But remember, this growth is regulated. This growth is decided by what we call DNA. So the blueprint of your body is in your DNA. So each DNA filament, there is a blueprint how you will look like, what is color of iris, your health, your height, everything is decided. Like a building. When you make a building, okay, there is a map. This is kitchen, this is passage, this is toilet, and this is bathroom, this is study level, like this, the blueprint. So God has given us a birth with a definite blueprint. That is contained in DNA, is the blueprint. Okay? Now, as per instruction of DNA, another protein, that is RNA, will manufacture protein as per instruction of DNA. So DNA is the blueprint and RNA is like the contractor, the builder. So I give blueprint to the builder and builder will print as per my instruction that this will be kitchen. This will be my bedroom. So similarly, this man will look like this. Sometimes the father and son are photocopy. Looking at the son, you can say, oh, he is his son. Absolute matching blueprint, So DNA, RNA, they are working. RNA, the builder, contractor is working as per blueprint or the design decided by DNA. This is growth going on every time, everywhere. But unfortunately, sometimes this RNA does not follow instruction of DNA. And this starts manufacturing, constructing protein, constructing things as he like. And when this happens, this is what is cancer. This is the simplest way to understand. So in cancer, what will happen? RNA will build protein what he likes. So now kitchen, which was say 8 into 12 feet, now he converts into bathroom. So 8 into 12 foot is the bathroom. And kitchen, which was bathroom which was 3 by 5, now becomes 10 feet by 15 feet. That is bathroom. This is what happens in cancer. For example, in my body, my RBC, nails and these, endothelium, intestinal, endothelium, everything is in bone marrow, blood cells are manufactured, all blood, RBC, WBC, platelet. This is going on constantly. But this RNA start building something which is not in DNA blueprint. And when this is happening is cancer. So this is something new. So this is something new. So what is now in cancer now? This is now new growth. New growth. Or we call it means neoplasm. Neoplasm or neoplastic disease. So this is new growth, which should not have happened. Look at me. At my below eye, you see this? This was not in my DNA filament, but something happened and they started manufacturing here, and this comes. Now suddenly God decide, oh, sir, on Sarmaji's face, it should not look. It will look early, so this stops. So this what was going to happen as a cancer had stopped. Okay, and now it is checked. In cancer, this is unchecked. So the first characteristic of cancer is the ceaseless growth, unregulated, unchecked, ceaseless. This never stops. This is what happens. A tumor which is 1 milligram becomes 1 gram, 2 gram, 500 gram, 1 kilo, 2 kilo, 5 kilo. Grows. So the one characteristic of cancer, remember, is the ceaseless growth, unregulated ceaseless growth. It never stops. And not only ceaseless growth, this growth, the children, they are identical to the father, to the parent. So they are like, for example, in liver, there is a Kupffer cell. Now when tumor will make, they will make only Kupffer cells. And Kupffer cells multiply. So there is a lack of differentiation. This is what we call as clonality. Clone, identical. So the ceaseless growth, and this is lack of differentiation. No differentiation. Alveoli is the unit of my lungs, and one alveoli will make another alveoli. And they will continue. Now what will happen? Alveoli from my lungs, they have ability to migrate to other tissues. Why alveoli should go in my intestine? No, but they migrate. That is the third, very able to invade. They go others' place, others' territory, and they multiply. And they multiply as per a original. So suddenly now, if a doctor will see in intestine alveoli or Kupffer cell or nephron in intestine, how? Now he will say, oh, this now is cancer. From where? From kidney. So kidney, there was a cancer, grow, nephron, grow, and now this nephron comes to intestine, they grow, and now they are not adjusted to the local climate or local things. They are to the parent. So that is what is, clonality, and they invade, and now when they invade, they grow there also. Same ceaseless growth. So this is what is now we call metastasis. So remember, these are 4 characteristics of cancer. Unregulated growth, ceaseless growth. A growth has to be as per the blueprint. How you can grow unregulated? No. And even if you grow, then there has to be, you can't invade, you can't go others' territory and grow in your way. And that is what happens in cancer. And remember, these are your own cells. So you even don't know there is an internal problem, there is a growth. So generally cancer is asymptomatic. There are no symptoms initially. Something is happening in your country, you don't know, because they are your own people. And they grow, something happens. Okay? And once if you can identify that this is what is happening in cancer, in intestine, why alveoli? If body identifies then there are special lymphocytes, special WBCs, they can go and kill that tumor. And that happens also sometimes, gentlemen. So cancer is something which is a new growth, neoplasm, or neoplastic disease where growth is unchecked, unregulated, okay, and they are identical, there is no differentiation, they are identical and they have ability to invade, and there is a metastasis. And another thing, all the nutrition of your body goes on priority to the cancer cells, and local cells, they suffer. Now, if there are nephron in the intestine, all nephron will grow and they will take more nutrition, more blood, and local cells will suffer. So, this is what is, gentlemen, cancer. Very dangerous. So, you are growing, but what is growing? Something which should not have grown in that place. Why nephron grow in intestine? No. Okay, so something unwanted, there is a growth, but body becomes weak because nutrition is taken by nephron in the intestine. Okay, so this is what happens. Unregulated, unchecked growth, body becomes weak although there is a growth, gentlemen. This is what is cancer. Scientifically, there is a word for cancer we call OMA, O-M-A, OMA. So you put suffix wherever, neuroma, glastoma, fibroma, fibrous tissue tumor, because it is a tumor, it is a growth basically. Okay? So this is about what is cancer. Now, why this happens? Simple. Scientifically, etiologically, RNA does not follow the guideline of RNA. So remember, in any country, any place, any society, anywhere, the blueprint, what is laid down has to be followed. If that is not followed, this is again cancer. So RNA does not follow instruction of DNA. Due to many reasons, there is a change in DNA. There is a mutation in DNA or RNA. Okay, so it can be due to food habits. There are carcino is also prefix for cancer. Okay, so there are carcinogens, carcinogenic food, colorant. Nowadays, what we eat, only God knows. Even we don't know what we are eating sometimes. Okay, so there are food, colorants in food. There can be rays, sun rays for skin cancer. You know, here let me say that Africans or black people like me are protected against skin cancer. Skin cancers are more in the Western world, in Europe and US. In white people, skin cancer is more, blacks rare. Head and neck cancer are more those who chew tobacco or smokers. There is more in them. It is again, you know, these are carcinogenic, tobacco. Those who or smoke, those who then lung cancer are more in smokers and them. Sun rays more cancer. Okay, infections also. For example, in cervical cancer, cervical infection, risk of cervical cancer is more. In stomach cancer, that due to H. pylori, Helicobacter pylori, or due to infection of the due to H. pylori, there are cases of adenocarcinoma of the stomach. There are more. So it can be infection, at least cervical viral infection in cervical region, and now there are some vaccines also they are recommending. Okay, so it can be infection, food. It can be genetic, as I told you. It is DNA. So there may be inbuilt mechanism. If the mother has breast cancer, there are chances that daughter may have more. And there are tumor markers also. In advance, you can know nowadays that this person or lady may have more risk for the cancer. You know, this famous actress Angela Jolie. Somebody in her family had breast cancer, so she has a propensity to develop cancer. So she removed the breast in advance before breast cancer comes. Good strategy. Kill it. So that is what is the treatment. So what is the treatment of cancer now? You know what is happening. What is the treatment of cancer? Simple, gentlemen. Write down. And remember, it is total kill. It is total kill. Not a single cell will remain. If even single cell remains, again it will multiply, take nutrition on top priority and grow, and other local part will suffer. So total kill, 100% killing. So if diagnosis is there, actually treatment of cancer, if it is early diagnosed, then treatment is possible. So for total kill, the first is the best is the surgery. 100% remove the part or entire area. Remove along with nodes nearby axillary and nearby area. So total kill, nothing remain. Surgery is the best treatment, gentlemen, as on today. Ask any oncologist. Other things are, I don't know. But surgery is the best treatment. If surgically you can remove the tumor, everything, best. But still there is a risk, there some nearby tissues may remain. You cannot remove, everything. So the nearby give the radiation. So though by radioisotope, by radiation burn the nearby tissues. So nothing remains, total kill. Still if there is a risk something has migrated to other part, now comes your chemotherapy or cytotoxic drug, as the word is also dangerous. Cytotoxic. They are toxic to the cell and toxic to all the cells, including good and bad. Like when army comes in your area, when there are riots, army comes, they want peace. They will shoot anybody on the road. Whether you are good or bad, if you are on the road, they will shoot you. So similarly, cytotoxic drug will shoot all cells, good or bad. So what are good cells? Your blood cells. Bone marrow is making all the blood cells. So bone marrow depression, RBC less, thrombocytopenia, or erythrocytopenia, all penia will come. Hair will go, alopecia, because hair are growing now, because of cytotoxic, hair will go. Internal mucous membrane will be disrupted. So, ulceration, vomiting, difficulty will come. So, these are dangerous side effects of all cytotoxic, because they are killing the cells. And in that process, they are killing cancer cells and also good cells, remember. So, the treatment of cancer will be surgery, radiation and chemotherapy. Now, what is good is new drugs are coming, immunotherapies are coming, where immunity will be enhanced. So, there are now colony stimulating factors, CSF, like granulocyte colony stimulating factors, and like that drugs are coming. I think oncology has become world's number one segment worldwide. I remember 25 years before, there were anti-infectives were number one in the world. Now lifestyle disease, like oncology is also lifestyle disease, because of obesity, eating anything, it is there related to lifestyle. Okay, so the immunotherapy is coming, where immunostimulants are used, and so they will strengthen your own immunity. Remember, cancer is curable if diagnosed early. Very important, because after metastasis it is difficult. Although so many protocols, the treatment of cancer is given by, in a therapy, like we call them as protocols. PROTOCOL. What are protocols? There are different drugs. Drug 1 plus 2 plus 3. So different drugs are given. These are cells are multiplying. So different drugs. Now suppose this is one cell. It will multiply. So it will go into the multiplication phase G1. Now this G1 will go into the different phase, that is S phase, M phase, like that. Or it may go again G1, it may go, or even G0, it will not grow. So that there are different phases. So some drugs act, there is a cell cycle. So different drug with cell cycle specificity may be used. Some drug will have in M phase, some in G1 phase, in S phase, like that. So the doctor will decide protocols. WHO and local hospitals in India, we have Tata Memorial Hospital, which is one of the finest hospital, and they have their protocols, they publish books. So this is treatment about cancer. Friends, oncology is very interesting niche market, like ophthalmology. If you know the oncologist very well, you are friends, then you can really have very great business, and this is very upcoming field. I think lot of research is coming in oncology, Cancer word we avoid, or doctors avoid, they call as onco. So even when patient come, they will say he has a onco case, oncology case. They don't say cancer. Cancer word it's dreaded. If you say somebody he has a cancer, he's 50% dead already with the name. Like this tuberculosis. Olden time, if you say he has a tuberculosis, he will be dead. Already 50% dead. So doctor will say he has a Cox disease. Cox disease. Leprosy, they never call leprosy. No, they call Hansen's disease. So some words are used to protect, the name of drug should not go to the doctor. So friends, with this I think we have discussed in very brief about cancer. Okay, so focus on the oncology. If you are promoting, be expert in oncology. Thank you very much. Have a good time.